Did you know that if you learn a language, it'll delay your Alzheimer's chance by 10 years? That'll give you enough time to die to Red 40. Language learning is one of the most fun activities that you can commit to. I won't lie, it's more like a shonen arc. It's not something you just achieve. It's something that you gotta keep working for, day in, day out, every single day, for the rest of your life. Because once you learn a language, it's fucking phenomenal. Oh shit, I shouldn't swear in the first 60 seconds. I don't give a fuck. I've spent the last 2 years learning Spanish, and honestly, it's been pretty fun. I've collected a bunch of tips for you that's gonna help you learn any language. You could apply this to Spanish, to French, Italian, Russian, Chinese. For tonal languages, I actually have no idea. I don't know what works best. But I know what works best for me, and I could share that for at least the Latin languages. Number 1, you gotta be consistent. I know, it's probably the most repeated thing because you learned Spanish one time in high school and then you totally forgot it. I know. Let's be honest, we all have that friend that says, yo, I understand Spanish. I know you don't. I'm looking at you, Paul. Paul, you don't understand it. You understand a couple words, and that's it. You see, if you were consistently listening to Spanish music, Spanish podcasts, watching movies in Spanish, watching Money Heist, the number one thing about language learning is consistency of exposure. If you expose yourself to the language every single day, you're gonna be a lot better off for learning and understanding that language. I see this with myself every day. Now, I do Duolingo every single day just for the sake of consistency. I may only do one lesson to keep the streak. As long as I'm doing something in the language, I understand pretty much everything going forward after that. And I know, consistency is hard. I mean, most people look up self-improvement videos on how to be consistent in life. Think of it like this. 2 minutes really isn't that long of a time. I mean, you're already like a minute into this video. So if you spent 2 minutes just on Duolingo or something low level, this is gonna build up the habit of consistency in your mind. Number 2, you gotta learn how to enjoy the consistency. You see, if you do the same thing every day for the next 3 years, you're gonna be bored by the end of the first week. Hell, even the second day. You gotta diversify how you learn the language. There's 4 key components to learning a language. That's listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Let's be honest, everyone wants to speak the language. So practice speaking the language. There's a bunch of online tools that you can use right now that will literally help you speak the language. There's things like Hello Talk, which allows you to speak to someone who is natively in tune with that language. In exchange, you'll speak in your native language. Reading and writing are super important. I feel like as skills, they're not as important as speaking and listening. There are a bunch of podcasts you could speak to in thousands of different languages. And let me teach you a trick. All you gotta do is basically just change the language settings in your browser. Just set it to whatever language you want, and then you'll see the results in that language. The reason why this is super important is because it's gonna allow you to listen to how people natively speak that language. In English, for instance, I say a bunch of slang. I'll put all the slang that I use on the green screen. People who are speaking their own language are not gonna speak perfectly every single time. The issue with Duolingo is that it shows you the perfect way of speaking that language. Not everyone's gonna say things like that. And also, not everyone is gonna say certain sentences like, the Loch Ness Monster is drinking whiskey. Without a doubt, I want to eat ham. When I was young, I was not allowed to wear pants. Number 3, actually have a place that you could use it. Let's be honest, learning and studying languages is super fun after you get over a couple humps. One of the biggest humps to get over is having a place to use it. For instance, I can learn Spanish because I use it in my job. If you're learning some language like Albanian, it's pretty rare that you're gonna be using that language unless you're going to an Albanian social club. And you're not Albanian, so I don't know if they would accept you. I don't know how that works. I've never been to an Albanian social club. Regardless, you need to have a place that you'll use it. If you have a friend that speaks it, bet. Start speaking it with them. I'm in a place where Spanish is the second most used language, with Portuguese closely following it. Some of you are going to be in places where Chinese is the most spoken language. I don't know how to learn a tonal language, but if you get started and you start speaking with a friend, that's where most of the learning is going to occur. because they're gonna say things that you have no idea what they just said. And then you could just politely ask, hey, can you translate that? Yo, you're gonna be saying what? A lot. Or como? I don't know the Chinese one. Number 4, don't be afraid to hire a tutor. Listen, language learning can be free. You can look up a bunch of YouTube videos on how to do it, how to speak certain things, different things about grammar, different tenses, stuff like that. It's all free on the internet. Hell, you could have ChatGPT make you a learning plan. It's not the same as having a hands-on tutor teaching you the language when they speak it natively. I was speaking Spanish for 1.5 years, and I would say that I was okay with it. I could definitely do parts of my job in Spanish, but the moment that I hired a tutor, literally only 3 months ago, for like $20 a lesson, I'm like native at this point. All right, that's too much, that's too much. You see, the issue is with a lot of online learning and a lot of self-learning is holding yourself accountable. Having that professional who can hold you accountable, who can correct your grammar, who can correct your vocabulary and expand your vocabulary and your use of different words in the language, and it's gonna help you listen, it's an invaluable asset. Some tutors are offering as low as like $5 a lesson. I'm not sponsored. The app I use is Preply. There's tons of apps that you could use on the App Store though. That's just the one that I use. Number 5, most importantly, above all, don't be afraid to fuck up. You will fuck up. Hell, you are gonna be garbage. It's okay. Most people, when you speak a language to them and you don't know the language, but you're just trying to learn, they appreciate the fact that you are trying to connect with them by learning their language. There is a very big culture in America, for instance. Oh, they're in our country, they gotta learn. If you're in America, you probably should learn English. But if you just got here, I mean, bro, I could only be sympathetic. You're in a country you don't know, where everyone speaks a language that you don't know. So having someone who's trying to bridge that gap and connect with you by speaking your language, it's appreciated. Don't get insecure. Everyone appreciates the fact that you are trying to learn their language. Granted, some people may be impatient with you. Fuck those people. Most people see what you're trying to do and will even help you by correcting you and pointing you in the right direction. I've had almost 100 interactions where someone is saying, yo, where did you start learning the language? How did you start learning Spanish? My last name, I'm not gonna give it away, is French. So everyone is always surprised when you have this ability in your tool shed. And grateful, above all. If you can help someone in a different language, it's just an amazing feeling generally. Listen, bro, let's be real. If you speak another language, you will be paid more. It's just objectively a skill that you could learn that will increase your salary like as soon as you have it. The amount of demand in the workplace for people who are bilingual or even trilingual, there's no cap on how many languages you could learn. You could end your life knowing 10 languages, and for each language that you learn, the next language becomes easier. There are different patterns you will pick up on within your own native language, and you'll start to realize that the rules of grammar actually have come from a very, very deep place thousands of years ago. It connects you with your ancestors in a weird, weird way. Be patient, because the journey of learning a language is a long one. You almost feel like you're not fluent for a big part of it. You only realize how far you've come when you look back. When there's a person that you couldn't understand before, but now you can understand, that's when you have the progress. Universally choosing the path of learning languages is just overall good for you. It quite literally helps your mind be sharper. That's why there's research that points to it stopping Alzheimer's, because you're literally using different paths in your brain. Overall, I just wanted to give you guys some pointers on how to better your language learning journey, how you can achieve more, how you can maybe speed up the process or make it easier for you. So just to summarize, use Duolingo every single day, or else the owl will eat your ass. Listen to podcasts, watch shows, talk to friends, talk to family. Most importantly, learn a language that you're actually gonna use. But above all that, just have fun, make it diverse, and just enjoy the process of learning a language. It is fun to understand people and know that they have no idea that you can understand them. So if they talking shit, you could talk shit right back. If you enjoyed this style of content and you just want to see more of me, feel free to like and subscribe. It's not only going to help me, but it's also going to help you get good content on your homepage. To anyone that has been with me and continues to support me and watch all my videos, I really do love you. I appreciate you, and just thank you so much for sticking with me. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.